everybody, I finished both of the books. I finished Crave yesterday before midnight. I probably finished it about 11, 10, somewhere around there. Loved it. 5 stars. So good, you guys. 5 freaking stars. That ended, wow. Spoilers, 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 of course. So we found out that Grace is a gargoyle. At least if I'm understanding correctly. That's what it sounds like. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know why she doesn't know. Oh my gosh, we found out who the bad one was. Why the bad person was doing what they did. Okay, so I was right when I said that it was going to be, like I said, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So yeah, don't watch if you don't want to be spoiled. Bye. Talk to you guys all later. You guys can come back when I put the book down. Okay. All right, everybody. So anyways, we found out that, yes, I was right. Laya, whatever, was the bad one. She needed Grace because she wanted to bring Hudson back, which, as you guys know, I told you is Jackson's brother. She drugged him and everything, and yeah. I mean, so much stuff happened, you guys, like, oh wow. It ended with Hudson coming back. Literally, he came back. He was going to kill his brother, and Grace got in the way, and she disappeared. I don't know if she, like, actually disappeared, or if she, like, turned into a gargoyle, or whatever you want to say. I don't know. It was, like, a really strange ending, that's why it ate, like, a 5 star. But, wow. Of course, Jackson killed Laya, whatever you want to say her name. And like I said, that happened before Grace disappeared, or whatever happened. But yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I really loved it. I just love Jackson so much. And the last chapter was in Jackson's point of view. Yes, Jackson's point of view. I was so excited to get Jackson's point of view. And I didn't read it yet, but they have like 3 chapters that like when she first comes to school and stuff, that's in his point of view that I'm going to read later. But oh my gosh, you guys, it was a ride. I really, really liked it so freaking much. It's just that ending. If that ending would have been a little bit different, it would have got probably a 6 star. But it was so good. Like, I don't get why people are, like, not liking this book. It had so many things going on. I don't know. I mean, I loved it so much, you guys. Like, oh my gosh. Definitely one of my favorite vampire books. I just loved Jackson, and I love Flint, even though I don't still know if he's good, bad, in between. I don't know. He did try to kill Grace, but it was because he knew what Laya wanted to use her for, to bring Hudson back. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So good. So good, you guys. I freaking loved it. These characters are so much more developed for me than Bella and Edward. The side characters are awesome. Like, I want to learn so much more about the Order. Like, I'm just so in love with Jackson's friends. Oh my gosh. I heart them. Like, oh my gosh. All of them are so interesting. Especially Micah, I think it is, or how you say it. And Raphael. I think it's Raphael is the other one. Those two, like, really, like, yeah. Those two are really my favorite. And of course, like I said, I don't know about Flint. I want to like him so much, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. I really, really don't know. I can understand why he wanted to kill her, and even she understood why he wanted to kill her, even though, of course, she didn't want to die. But you know what I mean. She understood. And she waved to him at the end, so, like, he waved and she waved, so I don't know about that. But I guess the next one is going to be Jackson trying to find out if she's going to come back or not. I don't know, like, if she's staying gone to try to protect Jackson and to keep Hudson away. I don't know what's going on. But I cannot wait for the next one. Probably won't be out until sometime next year, but I am definitely continue on in this book. I loved it. Just that ended would have been a little bit more. And if we could have found out more about Grace, I'm sure it would be in the next one. But how in the hell is she a gargoyle? Or how do you say it? Wow. So good. And Twilight. 3.5 stars. Twilight. What can I say about Twilight? I like Twilight, you guys. I really do. But I like the side characters. I couldn't give it more than 3.5 stars because of that reason. I don't care for Bella. I don't care for Edward. I don't know how I feel about... No, I forgot his name. Jacob. Don't know how I feel about Jacob. That's my main thing, is not sure how I feel about Jacob. But other than that, yeah, I really like the side characters. I love, like, Edward's extended family, whatever you want to say. I love Emmett. I love Jasper, especially. I like Alice. She's such a unique character. I like the dad. I like the mom figure, when the one that's supposed to be the mom and the dad. I am starting to like Rosalind. I'm starting to like Rosalind a little bit more. But yeah, I like the side characters more. And this one just seems like childish compared to Crave. Like Crave, oh my gosh. Like there was parts that I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? What's going to happen next? With Twilight, I'm like, can this part get over with? Like, really? Like, and then when Bella, like, goes and believes that guy has her mother, and then he really doesn't and stuff. Oh, my gosh. And she just leaves like that? Like, she trusted that guy actually has her mother? I guess, I mean, in a way, you would take that chance. But it just, yeah. And then her wanted to be turned into a vampire. What? Like, I don't get that. Maybe later down the road I would understand it. Maybe like in book 2 or maybe book 3 I could understand her like wanting to start becoming a vampire then. But right away in the first book, and them two being so much in love with each other, and Edward is just so flippy-floppity. You know what I mean? Like in his feelings for her. Like, oh, I need to stay away from you. You need to stay away from me. But, oh my God, I love you so much and I gotta be with you. And so stalkerish. Oh, like, ugh. Like, Jackson wasn't stalkerish. I don't get the comparisons. The only thing I understand about the comparisons is that, like I said, Grace and Bella are the new ones in town. A lot of people don't like them because they're new or because, you know, of them being human. Even though we found out, of course, that Grace isn't really human. That she is gargoyle? Gargoyle? How do you say it? Yeah. The only thing I understand about the Jackson and the Edward thing is that they're both vampires. And that they both, like, do fall in love with the girls right away. But Jackson isn't, like, stalkerish. Like, you know what I mean? The plot in that one's a lot better than this plot so far. Like I said, I don't remember, like, the whole plot of this. Really. Like, really, I don't remember a lot of it. But I remember enough for some of the stuff. So, yeah. But I'm definitely going to continue on in this. But I'm not going to update you guys anymore today because I will be starting this book tomorrow. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And we will be, like I said, I'll be reading this and I will be talking about what I feel about it as I'm reading it. So come along for the ride. Of course, there'll be spoilers, just like for the first 2 books, so be prepared. And yeah, let's see if I can read this book, because I'm scared. Just because I'm a chicken, and that's good, because that's to get the chicken in the medieval-a-thon, so yay! But that is it for talking about stuff for today. I will be back tomorrow when I start the book, and I will let you know what I'm feeling once I get into the book a little bit. Until then, I will talk to you guys all Friday. Bye. Hi, everybody. It is Friday. I started reading the last vampire book for this video. I know I was reading one book and never finished it. I'm just not in the mood for that book right now, so this will be the last one. And I will do another video later, and I'll do, when I do a part 2 of, like, reading vampire books later in the year, I will read the Charlene Harris one then. But I'm not very far in yet, so I don't have much of what you call it, but we just got to a creepy part, not with the vampire yet. Remember, spoilers, so if you're planning on ever reading this, please don't watch this part of the vlog, okay? Because I don't want to spoil it for you, because it's going to be spoilery. So, yeah. Just come back after you read this book. But it just got to a part where this old lady tried to attack Patricia, which is the main girl character. So, yeah. That's where we're at. So, we haven't met the vampire yet. It basically started out with them just talking about, how they met. Like, she was doing this one book club with everybody else, and the lady was like picking everything, wouldn't let anybody else pick it, and all this kind of stuff. And then one of the girls decided they're going to form their own, and they asked Patricia to be part of it. And now they read, like, different books, like crime and things like that. Like, this chapter that I'm reading now is called Helter Skelter, because they were reading Helter Skelter. And they were talking about, like, Ted Bundy, but not Ted Bundy. What am I saying? Manson, Charles Manson, sorry. I think one of them is going to be Ted Bundy, if I'm not mistaken. But look at this. It says, the old woman shoved her gnawing and sniffing the air like an animal. The heavy smell of fresh feces, the suffocating stench of spilled garbage, the iron reek of raccoon blood forced their way up Patricia's nose. She gagged, stepped backwards, and her heel hit something soft. Then this lady, like, grabbed her pant leg and started dragging her. Or grabbed her hip and started dragging her. And then she kicks her. And now we're at the part where she got away and she's running to call 911. And that's where we're at. So, nothing really major yet. And I'm also reading this for the medieval-a-thon. So I'll talk more about this in this one. I'm not really going to be talking much about it in the medieval-a-thon. I will talk a little bit about it, but I'm not going to do spoilers in that part. So it'll be safe for you guys to get my impressions if you don't want to be spoiled. So yeah. But yeah, that is it for right now. When I read some more and stuff really starts to happen, I will let you guys know. But yeah, so far interesting. Oh, I was going to tell you how the tagline. It says, in every book we read, no one ever thought anything bad was happening until it was too late. But I wanted to read this part to you. It says, the story ends in blood. Every story begins in blood. A squalling baby yanked from the womb, bathed in mucus and half a quart of their mother's blood. But not many stories end in blood these days. Usually it's a return to the hospital and a dry, quiet death surrounded by machines after a heart attack in the driveway, a stroke on the back porch, or a slow fade from lung cancer. It says this story begins with 5 little girls, each born in a splash of her mother's blood, cleaned up, pat dried, then turned into proper young ladies, instructed in their wifely arts to become perfect partners and responsible parents, mothers who help with homework and do the laundry, who belong to church flower societies and Banco clubs, who sends their children to coalitions, how do you say that in private schools? And then when you turn it over, it says, and by the time this story is over, they will be covered in blood. Some of it will be theirs, some of it will belong to others, but they will drip with it. They will swim in it. They will drown in it. Really creepy, huh? And part 1 was called Cry, the Beloved Country. And after the next section is going to be the Bridge of Madison County. Because each thing has like different parts. Yeah, that's why I was getting Ted Bundy. Because one of the parts is going to be the stranger beside me. But yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I'll let you guys know some more thoughts later when I get further into the book. Bye for now. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's like 12:30, I think. I finally read some more in the book, the vampire book. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Of course, like I always warn you, spoilers. Sorry about my messy hair. But anyways, it's not really scary yet, but it's really creepy. Like, Patricia, that's the main girl in the book, her mother-in-law was just killed. And somehow rats got in and they were attacking her and her caregiver, and she wound up dying. Not the caregiver, though. She's still alive. But, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. But, oh, I know. The mother-in-law, she was, what's it called? You know, she had Alzheimer's. I think it was Alzheimer's. And she was always acting really strange and stuff, you know, because of it. And, she was saying that the James guy is somebody else. I forget the name of what she was calling him. Let me see if I can find it. Trying to think of what she was saying that guy's name was. Let's see if I can find it. Trying to find what she said his name was. But yeah, but anyways, yeah, it was gross. Like these rats and stuff, like I was saying, was attacking them both. Ugh. Yucky. It was gross. But nothing super scary, just gross. I think she's saying that his name is somebody called Holt Pickens. That's who she was saying he was. And then all of a sudden she dies. And the rats get in somehow. Yeah, it just really, like, what you call it. But yeah, that's basically what's happened. And they found that she was talking about how these boys went missing and stuff. And this one guy was the one that was this African American guy was the one that was that Holt was saying did it and stuff. So they basically hung the guy. I think they hung him or they buried him. I can't remember. They did something to the guy. They either hung him or they buried him. Buried him alive, one or the other. And yeah, he was like a swindler and stuff too. He swindled Miss Mary, the mother-in-law's dad, and then the dad wound up committing suicide. But all these kids went missing, and then the lady that the caregiver, I don't remember her name, but that was with her and was being attacked as well. She was talking about like how people are going missing, and they were like, "Well, why don't we know about this?" And stuff like that. So there are kids missing again. So, and now Patricia is getting what you call it, that it's him. She has some feelings that it's that guy, James. So, but no one else believes her yet. It's a very strange book, but it's very interesting. Let's say right now it's about a 3.5, maybe a 4-star. We'll see. But right now I would just lean on 3.5. But yeah, I can't wait to see how everything goes. I haven't read any more in anything else. Well, this is going to be my last book for this video anyway. So, but yeah, I probably won't update you again until I'm at least to page like 250. And then I'll probably update you again once I finish it. So, yeah. But I'm going to let you guys go. And I'll talk to you guys all later. Just want to let you know that I'm still reading it and that where I was. But, I'm going to take a break from this one. And I'm going to start reading, my other book for for one of the other prompts for Medieval-thon. Since I'm doing this one for Medieval-thon and of course for this video. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys all later. Hi everybody. Good evening. So I read a little bit more, not much, like about 15-20 pages more in the Southern Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampire or Vampire Slayer, whatever it's called. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Yeah. I just gotta say, I do not like the main character's husband, Carter, his name is. What an A. Okay. Why would you, like, put your wife in a dangerous situation like that? So, she, Patricia, she, what was I gonna say? Oh, I know. She, thought this one girl was in danger, so, from James, and she went to the lady's house, and then the girl was gone. And she found James, like, with this girl, and he was doing, biting her and stuff, and basically, they called the cops and stuff and all this other crap. And well, anyways, James didn't know for sure, but he thought that Patricia might have been the one that called the cops, but he didn't know. And then the husband comes right out and says, basically, and tells this guy that Patricia was the one that called the cops. Come on, really? Like, what the hell? And then he's always saying that he's trying to get, like, become a get a bigger part in the hospital because he's a doctor, I think it is, or he's something to do in the medical field. And he's always gone and everything like that. He's just, I don't know. I just don't like him at all. But I'm at the point where she's gonna try to get help from the book club because she knows that this guy is something that, is not a good guy. Excuse me. But I haven't read much in this one because I just been so tired. I did finish a book that wasn't a vampire book today. But, yeah. But this one, hopefully, I wanted to be done with it by tomorrow, but I'm just so tired. I don't think I'm going to read much more tonight. I might read one more chapter in it. And then tomorrow I'll have time to read a little bit during the day, maybe. But we're going to go take my mom home. So I don't know how much reading I'll get done tomorrow. And I don't know what's going on Monday. The mayor, no, governor, I was right, didn't extend the stay-at-home orders, so I don't know what we're doing. If we do go out, of course, well, we're going to wear our mask and stuff, but I don't know what's going on, what we're going to be doing, so we shall see. But I just wanted to give you a quick update, since I didn't update you guys at all today. I'm just really tired. There'll probably be at least one more part in this video the way I'm going. But we shall see. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys all when I get more in, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. It'll probably be sometime tomorrow or Monday. We'll see. But I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye for now. Happy Monday, everybody. Today is the 4th. So may the force be with you. Yeah. But I did it. I finished The Southern Book Club Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I gave it a 4-star. It was a low 4-star, though. It was almost a 3.75, but I liked the ending enough that it gave it a 4. So, you guys know there'll be spoilers, so be prepared. If you don't want to be spoiled, then don't watch till after you read the book. But yeah, so basically, I think he wasn't really like a vampire. He had like the tendency of a vampire, and he couldn't die like a vampire, The vampire can't die, in the things. Or it's very hard to kill a vampire, They can die, they're just hard to kill. Anyways, sorry, my hair is driving me nuts. But, he basically, has to feed off of them, and he has sex with them while he's feeding off of them, basically. At least it seems like it's sex. It's really weird to explain. It's hard to explain what I'm talking about. But, yeah, he was very, he was taking over everybody, making them believe, that he was all this good guy and everything, and the husbands were really, and, there's, a part in here, it's, for 3 years, because Carter, which is, Patricia's husband, is an asshole. I can't stand him. And he was, there's this part where he gives her this medicine, and, I forgot what kind of medicine it was, but she overdosed with it. She didn't mean to. But anyways, he was using that against her, and he said, you have to, basically he said, if you don't give this up, this obsession with this guy, then I'm going to take the kids away, and you'll be in this psychiatric hospital and all this stuff. So there's a 3-year time period where she's basically, not pursuing it. And then something happens and she starts deciding to pursue it again. And her one friend, I forget her name. I'm not going to tell you anyways because she has a couple of friends. But one of her friends gets attacked by him. And yeah. And that friend, spoiler alert, does die later on. But it's really sad. I really liked that lady, the one that died, her one friend that died. There was a couple of them that I kind of liked. And there's one I didn't like at the beginning, but at the end she changed, which I liked, that she wound up changing and being a big part of how everybody was saved and things like that. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but if you read it and you'll see who I'm talking about, the lady that I'm talking about. But yeah, but anyway, so she finally convinces the other girls to help her. But what she has to do is she has to let James have her. So she winds up, letting him, do what he has to do, and because what it does, when he does that, when he feeds off of them and does what he has to do, it makes him like really like hard. I mean, like it's hard for him to do things. Like he's almost like asleep, kind of like thing. It's hard to explain, but anyways, so he was basically like kind of helpless, not super helpless because he did like get some attacks off the other girls, but they wound up being able to overtake him, and he disappears. And thank the Lord, Patricia winds up telling her husband that she wants a divorce because that guy's an asshole, like a major asshole. And her one friend, like I said, died, which was sad. But it wasn't really scary. It was more like skin crawly. And yeah, like what they did to him was kind of like kind of interesting at the same time. But like when it was talking about like how he fed off of them, that was gross. Yeah, definitely was gross. The part that creeped me out the most was the part where the rats come into play. That part made me go ooh. But everything else, like I was like, okay, that's kind of gross, but it wasn't like overly like, one. But yeah, it was very interesting like what he could do basically. Trying to get something because I think this is what it says. He says, I'm not a vampire. I don't drink it. It's not any different than using a dialysis machine, except it's more natural. And I promise you there's no pain. In fact, from what I can tell, it feels good to them. You have to understand, I would never do anything to hurt. I'm not going to say the name. You agreed to do this. I want to know that. After I told her about my condition, she came to me and volunteered to help. You have to believe I would never make her do something against her will. She said, what are you? And he said, I'm alone. I have been alone for a very long time. So, and then go on and so on and so on. Let me see. I'll tell you what else there. So yeah. So basically he basically has like kind of like has sex on him with him. Let me see if I can find. I'll find the part. Yeah. So basically, that's what he has to do. Has to have sex with them, and he gets like what he needs through that. It's like really like ugh. Because when he does that to Patricia at the end, like I was telling you, that was gross. This is what it says. So he dipped his head down and his face opened all the way, and she saw darkness come crawling from his mouth. So yeah, it comes from out of his mouth and it goes into. But yeah, it's really like what he does to them. Oh, that's gross. That part and the rats was the worst part of the book. But when her friend died, I thought that was so sad. I like at the end, she said she didn't stop by to blank to see Blank's markers. She'll come back in the morning and pick up the wine glasses and the book. But for now, they could wait. it ends with her saying she needed to get back to her book club. And I like this. She didn't regret any of it. What had been destroyed made what remained that much more precious, that much more solid, that much more important. There's a couple other green ones that I marked. Like when she says, they weren't stronger than him, they weren't smarter, they weren't more prepared, but circumstance had brought them together and allowed them to succeed with so many others had failed. Patricia knew how they looked, a bunch of silly southern women yakking about books over white wine, a bunch of carpool drivers, skin-kneed kissers, errand runners, secret Santas, and part-time tooth fairies, with their partial jeans and their festival sweaters. Says, think of us what you will, she thought. We made mistakes and probably scarred our children for life, and we froze sandwiches and forgot carpool and got divorced. But when the time came, we went the distance. Like some of this stuff that they were talking about. And then there's another thing. It says, I'm the only person who sees reality, Patricia said. Something is wrong here. Something bigger than your grandmother's china and your silver polish and your manners and next month's book. And you're too scared to face it, so you just sit in your house and scrub away like a good little wife. So, I like that little part there, but what she said to the person wasn't very nice. Next, but I'm not going to tell you because it will ruin who I was talking about when I said that she came through at the end. And then this one would say, a woman had died. She needed to take something by the house. Blank was right. It made no sense, but sometimes you did a thing because that was just what you did and not because it was sensible. So those are some of the passages that I just marked with green that I just thought was interesting. But yeah, that was it, you guys. I finished the 3 vampire books. I'll probably do another one like in August because what's it called? The Midnight Sun. What you call it? No, what's her name? I forgot her name. Oh, brother. The one that does the Twilight. Suzanne Collins. Yeah, she announced that she was gonna do the Sun. What did I just say? I just said the name of the book. Anyway, she decided she's gonna Midnight Sun. Yeah, that's Edward's perspective. So I might get that one in August, and I'll do another vampire one in August. Okay. So yeah, but that is it. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get dressed and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little thing with me reading the 3 different vampire books. So I finished Twilight during this video. I finished Crave, and I finished this one. I gave Twilight 3, but I rounded up to 3.5. I gave this one a 4, and I gave Crave a 5. So yeah. But yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. Hit that bell icon. And I hope you guys all have a great Monday. I wasn't going to post this until the 15th, but it'll probably go up Friday, or either this Friday, this Saturday, or the following Monday. I'm not sure yet. One of those 3 days it'll go up.
Kelly, I love you.
So until then, I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.